3 shards should give you a legendary. So I'm gonna do singles again just to see when there it is. Go away. Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Siphi the Lost Bride is finally mine. If you didn't see the pulls that I did to get her, just watch it. It was like a crushing video. It took it's like a 20-minute video, but watch it. It's just me pulling shard after shard and just feeling crushed by the spending that I had to do. I mean, it's my account. It's worth it right now that I got her, but I didn't know I would get her at the time. Let's have a look at the Siphi and what you can do with the Siphi. If you were luckier than me and got her in a couple of shards, then fantastic. She is a game changer for all accounts out there, and especially now with the Hydra, she becomes an even better asset to have in your account, right? What makes her so great is, well, every single thing that she has. All right, Curse of Longing, her A1 sleep debuff for 1 turn if the turn meter is equal to or above 50%. This debuff cannot be resisted, so no accuracy needed at all for Siphi the Lost Bride to get her to apply that sleep. That sleep is very good for controlling enemies, not only for PvP but also for dungeons and the Doom Tower. If you're trying to climb up and you see that some of the waves are a bit too much for you, then you can actually use Siphi the Lost Bride in there instead to make your runs even easier. Heals all allies by 5% of their max HP if the target's turn meter is below 50%. This is also huge where for stages such as the Hydra, where you can clearly see the turn meter of the big heads, it makes it very crucial for you to just single target with the Siphi on the head that has lower than 50% turn meter, and in that way heal all your eyes by at least 5%. Right, that's pretty easy way to heal. A2 Whirlwind Romance places a block debuff buff first. Right, this is very crucial for PvP, and then it fills the turn meter. So why this is so good is that this enables you to not have any immunity gear on your champions, allows you to be protected from any debuffs such as from a torment or for any debuffs following up after you take a turn, the enemy takes a turn, and also plays a 60% increased defense. This is very tanky, helps your champions such as the Soulless do even more damage, and the increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns is just amazing because it also gives you extra speed, helps you to reach quicker to that speed tuned ratio of champions. Right, A3 is a big revive, 55% health plus full turn meter. This is huge because it basically gives you an extra turn for that ally that has just dropped with only 4 turns cooldown, and because you're gonna have her the fastest one in your team by a long shot, this is gonna be recycled through pretty quickly. 50% increased attack and increased critical rate buff on that ally for 2 turns as a buff also to that champion. Huge and very useful. Finally, her passive heals each ally by 10% of their max health at the start of the turn. 40% chance to remove freeze and fear from each ally at the start of the turn. Removes all debuffs from Rotos at the start of their turn if they're on the same team. So she works very nicely with Rotos. 50% chance to cleanse. That is booked. Okay. But for Rotos, it's basically 100% chance if they're on the same team. Right. And then finally, the aura, resist in all battles by anti, boosted up by Siphi. Just fantastic overall. You have a real use for this, especially in arena situations when you're building a high resist team, or in the Hydra, and I would say even in faction wars, you can actually see how useful she can be in that situation where you need that extra little bit of resistance for any kind of reason due to your progression in the faction wars. So the way that I have her is obviously with a lot of speed. You'll see here right now, she's at a 500 or so resistance. You don't need this when you're building out a Siphi. When you build out a Siphi, it really depends on what you have available in terms of gear. If all else, just get her with enough speed. Then if you can, give her more health, more defense, that's gonna slowly make her even tankier and also help her survive in the case that she gets a couple of hits. Ideally, you want to have her tanky enough so that she's not the first target that the enemy AI goes for. All right, so you don't want to have her with the minimum amount of health, like 20,000 health. But with the Great Hall bonuses, Classic Arena, Masteries, Faction Guardians, and even Empowerment, her health can actually ramp up fast because of that 21,000 base that she has on level 60. All right, the defense that I have is solid. 352 on speed. This is because I had 500 resist. This is not actually my fast build. This was just strictly for the Hydra. So I'll quickly show you the fastest that I can get the Siphi at, and I think I'm actually dropping a lot of stats to do this, and I even equipping an accuracy banner right here. But this is the sacrifice that you need to do in order to make your Siphi as fast as possible. If it's worth it, it all depends on what you're trying to achieve. All right, 380 is what I could get her. That's pretty fast. It's actually faster than my arbiter used to be. And 347 on resistance. That's also because of the masteries. So masteries with Siphi. All right, how are you gonna build Siphi and which masteries you're gonna take? Again, depends on where you're gonna use her most. I would highly suggest avoiding the offense tree because of Siphi's only has just that A1. All right, the benefit that you get from War Master is very small compared to the benefit from masteries such as timely intervention, unshakable, and even bulwark. Okay, depends on how tanky you want to build her. If you think that your allies are dying pretty fast, there's a couple of choices that you want to do. You want to avoid stuff like eagle eye, obviously, because accuracy doesn't benefit her. There's not much reason for oppressor since her debuffs is only 1. And also for elixir of life, honestly, it's much better to go for timely intervention and unshakable. No real reason to use fearsome presence because the chance to sleep is only based on the enemy's thermometer, as you can see from this skill right now, and it goes all the way to 100% when you book it out. So there's no reason to equip fearsome presence on her. All right, so it's really bulwark, unshakable, or timely intervention in the sense of the tier 6 masteries. For the other masteries, again, it depends on where you want to use it and how much hits she's gonna be getting. All right, she's getting a lot through a lot of hits. You need the extra defense, the extra reduction of AoE from attacks, then you go with these. If not, if you need the extra resistance and the extra damage mitigation for PvP, this is huge for PvP situations, then you pick up improved parry. And then of course support tree right here, extra duration for buffs, chance to actually reset your skills, that's always good. Lore of Steel gives you that big boost from those speed sets, perception sets, stuff like that. Not that you can equip perception on her, but resistance set, anything that gives you a bonus and is affected by Lore of Steel will benefit from that, right? Shadow Heal is huge, makes her even more annoying. Resurgent also helps with the debuffs on her. I could go for Solidarity, extra resistance, but then I would have to sacrifice something here in the support tree, or do not use Delay of Death. Now that I think of it, I could have not used Delay of Death and still go for this mastery right here, Cycle of Revenge. Could have still used Retribution even, and then either Unshakable or Timely Intervention. Now that I've played around a little bit with her on Hydra, I'm actually going to be switching her out to Timely Intervention since the resistance is not needed, and that's not what I'm going for in the future for Hydra. But let's have a look at her and how she actually works in dungeon situations first. So dungeon situations, you want to have your Siphi obviously to be the fastest, and the reason why she's so good is because she provides so many buffs and enables champions such as Seer to shine. Okay, Seer now needs less and less gear to actually be useful. So look at all those buffs, 3 buffs on every single champion. That's 15 buffs. If we also had something like a shield set available, that would be fantastic in the sense that we get even more buffs up and can actually get going with the wave killing much quicker, right? Look at all the buffs now, and we do the karma burn, and we just break through and destroy everything. So for PvP situations right here, you would see a torment against you. You didn't know what to do. Usually, if you had other champions that would do this role, fill this role, you would use like a Duchess Lily too. She starts the same way as Siphi does, block debuffs first, and then all the other buffs that you might need. So increase attack, Perfect Veil helps with surviving and basically hiding from single target nukers. So you could have used that, but now with Siphi available in my account, I go with this team right here, where we basically smack the enemy team. We don't have a speed lead, so we do need somebody else, and that's going to be Kaimar. We have the Siphi there just to speed boost. She's the fastest of them all, and then we've got a Warlord to lock them out, and Soulless as the nuker. Okay, because my Siphi has the block debuff buff available and the boosting, I don't really need immunity gear on every single one of my champions. Only Warlord has it here, but because I had him built before in my Arbiter team, right? So we do this. Basically now we're protected from the torment. We don't care about any kind of boosts or anything affecting us and getting frozen. So we even lock them out and can actually take them out with soulless. And because this team is so strong, we actually even have Kymar. He's gonna do a reset. Boom, we do the sleep or kill her. Gonna do the reset, and now we have basically every single skill available again, even the boost again, all the buffs, and boom, look at that, and we kill them. So that's why CP is so good. That sleep, especially during counterattacks, can become a huge clutch in the sense of controlling. It actually works fine on defense as well, because you're gonna have your CP attacking through a counterattack through that defense tree and sleeping the enemy champion. If that enemy champion doesn't have something like a block debuff buff or a way to block that sleep, then he will be basically losing their turn if they get that sleep debuff on them. And of course, when showcasing Siphi, you gotta showcase Rotos. If you got the two together, they go so well together because of that cleanse. Totally helps with everything that's happening around you. You can actually go with Rotos and build him a little bit tanky, but with a lot of damage, so he can get through those big defensive champions right here. And that's what we're gonna do right now with this team right here. It's gonna have a very high resist against us, very tanky, but our goal here is to just eliminate the enemies slowly but surely. All right, we've got the block debuff buff on everybody else, but on Rotos we don't really need it. We lock them out because that's what we want to see against these tanky teams. We don't want them really using their abilities, except for, of course, Mithrala, which is just a very annoying champion because of her high resistance. All right, available through high accuracy. Just wanted to say that. So now I've got Siphi. I will sleep the enemy Lydia right here, because that's what you gotta do, or you sleep the enemy Duchess. What I want to do though is sleep Lydia, because she's very annoying with her A1 skill. If I didn't have the block debuff buff, that could have actually probably feared me, and that would be a bad time for me. But in this specific setup, I'm doing okay. Now I'm going to use A3 with Rotos. I've built him tanky. I don't care about immunity sets and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with the A3, slap the Duchess to sleep. And now I'm ready to just slowly eliminate the others, because I don't really care what happens after the reviver is down, okay? They can protect. They can do whatever they want. I cannot sleep Lydia right now. There's no real, decision here on who to target. So I'm just going to go for Lydia, but it doesn't really affect me. So the tankiness of Rotos actually helps me now survive. I took a turn. I healed a little bit, and now I'm actually able to just A1 there a little bit. And now we're going to try and hope to take them out. Now I have the decision, either Mithrala, which I can sleep, or I can go for Lydia. I think I'm going to go with Mithrala because she's got a cleanse. And since the debuff cannot be resisted from Siphi, that's the best choice, honestly, compared to Lydia, right? Because Lydia is going to do whatever she wants. I'm feared right there, but that doesn't really change much. So Mithrala there loses a turn because of Siphi. And now we can even do this very slowly. Let's do the A3 here. Boom. Extra turn. Let's do the A2 there on Lydia. Get some health back. Basically protect my my team. And I'll do this and sleep the enemy damage dealer. Lose his turn. And this is pretty much a win. But obviously in a pushing situation, this would be much faster decision making than what you're seeing right now. Like, all of this control is not really needed after a bit. I could just click auto, and there's teams that even use a double Rotos to go with the Siphi plus one additional champion. Usually it's a Kymar, Siphi, and double Rotos. The Kymar there for the lead, plus the sleep because he's gonna be speed tuned with Siphi and actually help out. And that's a pretty solid team for pushing, but you want to have strong Rotos, so not just attack. You want to have some health as well in the case of somebody nuking and dropping the Rotos a little bit low. So I know that Hydra videos are kind of boring, so I'm only going to show you part of this run that's has been going. It's actually, this is my best run that I've ever done on Hydra. So far 42 million damage and still going, and that's pretty much because of Siphi. Like, adding Siphi into my team really helped me into pushing a little higher with everything. Of course, that being said, it's gear on everyone. It's end game gear also. It's not just having CP that helps you do this kind of stuff. And this run is also coming to its end. It's about 32 minutes so far, manual run. That's why Hydra basically sucks for many people. They don't like the manual run. And look at that, we're getting at the point where 2 champions are eaten at the same time, which is pretty much the end of the run. And until they change the mechanics a little bit, that's how it's gonna be. But for now, just amazing support from Siphi here on Hydra. You have the lead there, you have the defense up, speed up, block debuffs buff, healing when a champion takes a turn is just insane value. And you also have this revive, which basically boosts the turn meter to full. If you have some refresh accessories, it actually helps a ton. But look at, wow, we're getting smacked right here. I think this run will be finishing very quickly at about 44 million or something. So that's gonna suck. But we're doing okay. Maybe I can get like 44 rounded up, but with 2 champions eaten and no real damage, only Krisk and Ugo, that's gonna be the end of that. This was the showcase of my Siphi, guys. I only have her for a day or so. I'm still working out on the different masteries that I want to use. As I said, I'm probably gonna move out the masteries from resistance since I've tested her in Hydra. I had more than enough resistance plus her aura. I had like 500 plus 80. You don't need 600 resistance for Hydra, so I will be changing those out. Siphi is definitely an account changer. I can honestly say that my account right now, the only way forward would be very small amount of champions, but gear is the next biggest thing about an account. So the more you work on your account, the more you realize you need better and better gear. If you know, competing in PvP, or you know, getting faster teams, better teams, beating content that's out, if that's what you want to do. All right, you definitely don't need it to complete the, you know, the hard Doom Tower, and even the faction wars. You don't need it to complete faction wars 21 for Undead Hordes. You can do it with way less champions, even just epics. That being said, this was a video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful for building your own Siphi. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.